Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. We had the big Capcom Cup finale, even though Capcom Cup's not quite over yet, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And we have our newly crowned champion who just won a cool $1 million for playing Street Fighter 6. The whole event's been a pretty wild ride, and there's been some very interesting stories to be told, both during the matches and actually after the matches as well. And a bunch of little side stuff to talk about. So in this video, we're just going to go over everything. So first off, and a little bit of housekeeping, I suppose. Yes, there is more colors. Last video, I showed that there was colors for Mai and Ed, and now we also have colors for Honda and Terry. So just like before, take these codes down, and yes, caps matter. Go to options in Street Fighter 6, and you can redeem the code there, and then you have the costume color forever. And once again, here's the Mai and Ed ones if you missed it, and there should be one more for tomorrow as well. And another little bit of small news, since I did mention in the last video, we actually did, in the final day of the group stages of Capcom Cup, have a Honda appearance. Now, it's no mystery at all here. I am incredibly biased for Honda, so this made my day, because this was just great. There's only one appearance. This was by VX Bao, and I believe by the points, they were already eliminated anyway, so they could really just pick anybody at that point. It didn't particularly matter, but they brought honor to themselves and to the arena by playing Honda. For those unaware, this year's Capcom Cup venue was held at the Ryogoku Kokugikan, which is actually like one of the sumo wrestling venues in all of Japan. So getting our bottom tier goblin character there just for like one match, one rep, that was beautiful. And VX Bao did win with Honda, which turbo skews the stats. Because it means technically at Capcom Cup, Honda is the only character with a 100% win ratio. Which I'm sure using Capcom logic is enough to deny him any buffs going into Season 3. But yeah, so is it that Honda is undefeated, or is it that he's undefeatable? Scholars will debate that for centuries to come, I'm sure. And yes, I know, okay, Rooflemonger, where's the Elena trailer? It's Capcom Cup time, you said there's going to be stuff. Where's the Elena trailer? Well, not yet. Not yet. There is still one more day to go. Yes, we had the big grand finale. Yes, we awarded a $1 million check. But there's still one final day to Capcom Cup where we're going to be finishing off the whole Street Fighter League stuff. And, you know, marketing being marketing. You want to save it for your final day, especially when you can boost the numbers. I'm not the biggest fan of when they had the most possible eyeballs on them. They chose not to air whatever they're going to air, but their decision to make. And there's the argument to be made that they don't want to distract from, you know, the big $1 million prize, because that is an event in and of itself, right? But that said, yo, let's talk about it. So, spoiler, if you click this point, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Kakeru won the big prize, right? He won with JP, and he basically, like, let's call it for what it is. He kind of steamrolled everybody. Blaz did amazing, and we'll talk about him, don't worry. But Kakeru, he's the man of the hour. And who could have the foresight? Who could have the brilliance to see this outcome ahead of time? Well, I'll say it right now. Back when we could vote for who you thought was going to win, you know, in the Battle Hub a couple weeks ago, I voted for Kakeru because I just think people aren't ready for JP. You know, we all know JP got buffed a good while ago, but I think a lot of people are just sleeping on the fact that he's almost as broken as he used to be. So yeah, when it comes to the whole fighting game thing, yeah, am I old and washed up? Sure, whatever. But I still know a thing or two about a thing or two. I knew Kakeru was going to win well before this ever happened. It just seemed kinda inevitable to me, because the combination of JP is a strong friggin' character, yo, and starting today for the next couple weeks, when you go in the rank, you're going to be seeing a lot more JPs, because that's just how that works, right? And the fact that Kakeru is very used to the big pressure situation because he is Mr. Big Money after all. Like, as of a few hours ago, from me making this video, he just won $1 million USD. Kind of a big deal, but he's made very big payouts before. He won the Gamers 8 tournament, and there he won $400,000 American. So on 2 tournaments alone, Kakeru has won just shy of $1.5 million purely on Street Fighter 6, which is kind of amazing, right? Like, I remember playing Street Fighter 2 for like lunch money back in the days. $1 million is a lot better than that. And once again, very, very deserved. This was no random fluke. Kakeru effectively stomped everybody coming his way. Like even young Blaz came in second, and we'll talk more about Blaz in a minute. But Blaz, the only losses Blaz had was to Kakeru, and Kakeru, well, beat everybody else, naturally, because he won. His usage of JP is just immaculate. I can't really put it any other way. He is just super patient in a game that rewards crazy aggression. He was super patient and just managed to dominate people in neutral, left, right, front, and center. Very clear, too. You can see a lot of people just like kind of crack against him. Just little mistakes, and then, you know, JP can lock you down for a hot minute. And the more you're locked down, the more frustrated you get, the more you want to do something, and that's exactly what he's capitalizing on. Now, I know the joke's always been since launch that JP is more of a Mortal Kombat character than a Street Fighter character, given how his moveset works. It's more style like an NRS game. But he won, really and truly, on pure Street Fighter fundamentals. His play was more solid, it was more clean, his neutral was immaculate. He just played better. End of story. And he's JP, so he didn't do it through no throw loops or whatever either, because the throw loop discussion definitely came back over the weekend. And as much as I hate to say it, that's probably going to have to be a future video again, at least in part, that we're going to have to talk about throw loops again before Season 3, but cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, I just want to really hammer that point home, that Kakeru played some of the cleanest Street Fighter that you'll ever see. So go to the Capcom Fighters YouTube channel, watch all the matches, because they're a real treat. And to cap everything off, he did have a fun little story to tell. He did recently get married, actually, and he had a bit of an argument with the wife before the tournament began, because even though they're recently married, they don't have a ring. But now, with a cool $1 million American, thankfully, the ring's not going to be much of a problem anymore. Just don't go spending it all on VTubers like Uma did last year, and we're good. But yeah, so that's a nice little lovely story. And he did dedicate his victory to his wife. So congratulations to the conquering champion, but that's not the only story to be told. The other big story absolutely has to be Blaz. So Blaz on the left is from Chile, and he is 15 years old. Yes, 15. In the group stages, we had a bunch of people in their 40s, and now we got someone as young as 15. And besides Kakeru himself, Blaz had the most dominant performance the whole day. Absolutely kind of just ran over just about everyone he fought, except for the champion, Kakeru. And he did it with Ryu. Plain old boring Ryu. Like, we're seeing non-stop Akumas and Kans, and we have, well, since launch and since Akuma came out. Because they're super strong and just really good characters. And Ryu maybe hit really hard, but he certainly was never fully on their level, right? But Blaz, 15 years old he may be, inside their soul is the soul of a 45-year-old man, because they played the most fundamental-based Ryu that you've ever seen. And he did play a little Ken, admittedly, as well, but it's nice to see Ryu on the big stage and get second place at that, right? Because I'm a little sick of Ken and Akuma by now. Maybe Season 3 we can, change things up a little bit. So just seeing quote-unquote plain old boring Ryu was a real just fresh change of pace. And done so well for someone so young. And this is nothing new for Blaz, apparently, as there's been some investigation done. Because he's been cooking fools with Ryu since he was like 10 years old, right? When I was 10 years old, my best combo was crouch medium kick into fireball. And now that I'm 40, well, my best combo is still crouch medium kick into fireball, actually. So imagine where Blaz will be when they're 40. It's just phenomenal to see someone so young on the biggest possible stage that you could get in this game, in a genre filled with so many lifelong veterans, and Blaz got second place. And keep in mind, second place is $100,000. At 15? When I was 15, $30 was life-changing money. So to get that much so young, like honestly, I kind of hope it doesn't screw them up in some weird way. That is actually a lot to handle when you're very young, so hopefully the parents help out with that. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion anyways. But yeah, so Blaz, he just has a very, very, very bright future ahead of him. To be this good, to get these results this young, is just phenomenal. There's no other way to put it. And, well, that's all the news that's fit to tell for the moment. Once again, there's still one more day to go for the Capcom Cup. Yes, our proper tournament's concluded, but we still have the Street Fighter League finals to deal with. And whatever is being revealed, if anything, will be revealed then. And of course, I'll cover it on the channel if there is anything to talk about. I'm assuming a quick little look at Elena, probably like a world tour trailer, a little cinematic like we usually get. Be nice if it was something more, but I guess we'll find out come the time. And I do highly stress, go to the Capcom Fighters official channel, watch these matches. This is some of the best play you're ever going to see for this game, and it was just awesome. It was just a big roller coaster, and it was just truly exciting to watch. I should be dead as a doorknob right now being so tired, but I'm jazzed up just remembering this stuff and talking about it. It was truly really good stuff. And that all said, well, my friends, that is the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.